Hey, thanks for tuning in to check out what's coming up at Adult and Teen Challenge Baltimore. There's so much to be excited about. We're excited to tell you about how hope is building right here in the city of Baltimore.
When I was 12 years old, I was physically addicted to drugs. I spent my whole young adult life in a jail cell or in the streets. When I was 17, my girlfriend got shot right in front of me. I'll never forget the smell of gunpowder and blood. I lost my mom while I was in jail. My father overdosed. Because I couldn't stay out of jail and I couldn't stay off of drugs, I lost the parental rights to my first son.
About over a decade ago, God came to me in a dream and told me that I was destined for great things, but I needed to wake up. At the time, I was being disobedient. I was smoking weed, smoking K2 at the time, and drinking a lot. For a while, things were going pretty good. I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I started getting my life back on track. But eventually, I fell into old habits, and things got worse. You kick a demon out, he comes back with his buddies, and it's 7 times worse. I started smoking crack.
When I finally came to the end of myself, God divinely intervened into my life. He led me to Teen Challenge, and I've never been the same. I dropped to my knees that night and gave my life to the Lord, and I'm never looking back. I've grown and I've matured as a man. I've learned discipline, and I'm a better man today than I've ever been in my whole life. God has been blessing me in every direction that I turn. I'm so thankful for Teen Challenge. I now have purpose in my life, and I get to work with the youth here in Baltimore with Hope City Christian Academy.
One night, I lost my anger. I was fed up with the way my life was going, and I landed myself in jail. I guess you could say I woke up in detention because I rededicated my life to Jesus, and then God came to me again in a dream after not hearing from him in about 10 years. And in the dream, he was talking to me in a school setting. I couldn't hear what he was saying. I began to tell him that he wasn't listening to me and that I was in jail. And then that's when I woke up and I realized that God wanted me to come to Adult and Teen Challenge of Baltimore where I could hear what he was trying to say.
You've heard the stories of transformation from both Jake and Morgan. My story is likewise. 10 years of meth addiction, walking around the streets hopeless, without any resources, without any hope, without any money, without any relationship bridges because I had broken them so severely. If I had to have money to come into Teen Challenge, I probably wouldn't be in this video, nor would I be walking the streets of this earth. It is people like you who invested, who gave me the ability to have the time to come into Teen Challenge where I found Jesus, and it dramatically transformed my life.
8 years ago when I started leading with Teen Challenge in Baltimore, it was really clear to me how desperately we needed a men's home, but I kept seeing the ladies on the streets and women struggling all around, and even the women in relationships with some of our guys that came in. And I thought, man, we've got to have a hope solution for these ladies too. And so here we are, 8 years later, and I feel like God has finally begun to open the doors, because 2 years ago, we really started to gain momentum towards seeing something happen.
Today we make the big announcement that we are launching a women's center.
Here we are today. We've signed a lease here at the Myra House, and we've got it fully furnished. It's beautiful, amazing, and we've got our first layer of staff in place. We've got some students who are ready to come into the program. So this thing is happening, and it's happening now, but it won't happen unless we get buy-in and financial support from our partners.
Like those who invested into me, I'm going to ask you to invest into the women. And guess what? It doesn't take much to make and reach our goal of $5,000 a month to pay for this women's center. Without you, we can't make it happen.
We've started, we've stepped out in faith. Now we need your partnership to join with us. What could you give up to help make sure that women experience the freedom that God has for them right here in this Myra House?
We've done all the details. We've signed all the paperwork. We've done all that we can do. We've gotten the accreditation with Teen Challenge to start this women's center. We got the facility or the home.
Think about it, and please really consider giving to this faithful ministry that has accomplished so much over the last 16 years.
Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to investing and building hope together.